With Brock Purdy returning to training camp, there has been plenty of discussions about the San Francisco 49ers quarterback. Obviously, with Trey Lance, Sam Darnold, and Brandon Allen as well, all kind of competing for a roster spot, there has been a lot of different takes and evaluations to come out of training camp. Adam Schefter went on the Pat McAfee show and spoke directly to these types of evaluations that are coming out of training camp, specifically about Brock Purdy and the narrative that he isn't looking good. I'm not going to lie. This made me laugh a little bit based on Adam Schefter reaching out directly to the San Francisco 49ers for what their take was. Listen to what Adam Schefter had to say about how Brock Purdy has looked in training camp so far.
He's already back. I don't think anybody fully expected that he was going to be back first day training camp, active and going, whenever the diagnosis kind of took place. And then when the delay of the surgery took place because it was still swollen, I thought there was a conversation he wasn't going to start it. What are they going to do with Trey Lance? What is the situation? Is Brock Purdy 100%? He's the starter and this is his team? Is that kind of the way it's all being viewed over there, Schefter?
You know, a couple of things here. First and foremost, I remember reading some reports out of there because at this time of the year, it's interesting to pay attention to these things, what the people around the team are saying, what they're observing during camp, because I'm not going to be at 32 camps. I'm not going to be at very many camps. I just want to see what's going on as I'm having my conversations. And I saw some people the first couple of days saying, boy, Brock Purdy didn't look particularly sharp and didn't look great. And I called up to a couple of people in the 49ers, and they're like, what are they talking about? No, he looked good. Like, they don't know what they're watching. I'm like, okay, well, I'm just telling you that's the report out there. So I can tell you they're happy with the way that Brock Purdy is coming along, number one.
Okay, we're back to the Brock Purdy show. Yeah. All right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Excited
I think he's tracking right where he needs to be. They're having him throw every third day. And as we said the last time we were on, if he's healthy, he's going to be the guy. It was never a question. Right? And right now, all indications are that he's doing very well and he's coming along the way they want. So that's great.
One of the reasons I find this particularly funny is because I was one of the people that said Brock Purdy looked pretty decent, looked pretty good for his first day of camp back, and has continued to look pretty good for the most part. And I've gotten a lot of pushback from people online saying that I'm pushing a narrative or pushing this, pushing that. And I do think it's funny that Adam Schefter reached directly out to the San Francisco 49ers, and he said that if anyone is saying that Brock Purdy isn't looking too particularly good, they don't know what they're watching. I thought that was funny because, hey, it made me feel good because I've got a lot of pushback for saying that Brock Purdy has looked decent. People really want you to say Brock Purdy has not looked good. He looks trash. He has looked terrible. That's what they want to hear. That people want to hear you say that, but it's just not the case. And we understand where Brock Purdy is working back from. He isn't even fully cleared to practice for every single day yet. He is still 2 on, 1 off. He is still working back from the UCL surgery. So again, that's where I've always been evaluating this from a guy who's starting at a really low level and building. And as we've seen, including yesterday, which was his best practice, where he's starting to calm down and look settled in, you can see him getting back to even where he was before the injury. And so I thought this was particularly funny because it kind of, again, it matches kind of my evaluation. And I truly believe in my evaluation. I truly believe in the way that I watch football. I don't use anyone else's opinions to make my evaluations. So it is a little bit gratifying to hear that the 49ers feel the same way that I feel. But again, it's still a process. The Brock Purdy still has a lot of room for improvement. He can still get better. He can still fix some things and fine-tune some things. He's not to where I think he needs to be yet, but he also can't be painted in this light that he hasn't been good. And so both things can be true. Brock can improve, but Brock can also be pretty solid right now, which has been consistent with what I have been saying coming out of 49ers training camp. Let me know what you think about the kind of narratives spinning around Brock Purdy, Trey Lance, Sam Darnold, all the quarterbacks, all the conflicting reports, all the conflicting kind of evaluations and everything going on in between this quarterback situation. Let me know. Have you come to any final conclusions on that scenario? Let me know in the comments below, and make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.